Welcome to Journey Life Development's Live Your Purpose series. I am Tiffany, your life coach. I have been very fortunate to have realized my personal life purpose, which is to help others create a life that follows their passion and fulfills their life purpose. Join me as I travel to everyday people who have also realized what they are truly passionate about and are living their purpose. It is my hope that you are inspired and that you take action to live your life purpose too. And so, how long have you been doing the daycare?
I've been doing my own for 6 years.
Okay.
I started working, I'm going to say all my life, basically, because when I was 14, I went back and worked at the center that I went in. I did volunteer work there, like during the summer, and I knew that I always wanted to do childcare. I just didn't know what capacity I was doing it. But overall, if you want to say from a standpoint of professionally, I've been doing it now for 9 years. Yeah,
Really?
2003 is when I started. So yeah, and I started my business in 2006. So yeah.
So before you started your business, you were in another daycare where you were kind of working for someone else.
Exactly.
So what made you make that transition from working with someone else?
Well,
how did you decide to take that leap?
Well, that was on my mind. And it's kind of like things were orchestrated. God kind of orchestrated stuff that way, because initially what happened, and I can give you a synopsis. 2003, I lost my job. I had a degree in accounting, and that's what I was doing. I lost my job, but in the process, I was taking classes to do daycare. I just didn't know, again, what capacity. I didn't know if I was going to buy a house, renovate the whole thing, and have someone actually operate it where my hands were out of it, or if I would actually be hands-on. So I started that process. Again, I lost a job. And at the same time, I was taking classes. So what happened is the person who was running the classes said, I have an opening, so I took it. No, not a loss for me. So I started working in her center, the center that she was actually the director of. But at the same time, I was fixing up the basement here while I was working there. So I did, all the work there, and I've stayed there for like 3 years. I worked from 2003 to 2006. July 2006 is when I left there. So that's how it got started. So it's not. It was more so, like I said, I wanted to do this. I just didn't know if I was going to continue working in the accounting profession and then come back into this, or if I was going to just thrust myself fully into actually working in it. And I enjoy it. So.
Wow. So you say you were doing accounting, lost your job, and you were working at another facility, and then you decided after 3 years to take the plunge and do your own thing.
Right.
Talk to me about that whole decision process, because I know that is, to go from somebody else paying you to you having to be your own income earning machine. Talk to me about that.
To be honest with you, I really didn't think of it like that.
Really?
I did not think about it like that. It was kind of like, when you want something and you're passionate about something, you didn't get into you don't think about it until you're actually in it. So my fear didn't kick in until I started working.
I understand that.
It didn't start.
I get it.
It really didn't, because you're in the process. You're just going. So you're doing everything to meet what it is that you need to meet. And then, I can remember my open house day, I was in here like, okay, now what? Because I'm here, I don't have any children. How do I get children? How do I, you know what I mean? So it became, that's when the fear came in, because now, okay, my savings is depleting. I need some income coming in. That's when it kicked in. There was no fear of anything, because I don't know, I guess it's just the passion and the knowing that I wanted to work for myself.
Really?
It just didn't affect me. When I think back on it, honestly, it did not kick in until I actually started.
Okay.
And that was the hard part.
We're going to put a bookmark in that, because I definitely want to come back to your open house when that touched something. But so this whole series is about people who are identifying their passions, living their purpose.
Right.
And so, of course, I thought of you, because I was like, Frances has her daycare center. She's doing her thing. I want to talk a little bit more about that. So what would you say is your life purpose?
Working with children.
Really?
Yes. Another grocery store story. Had on my smock.
Uh-huh.
And I forgot because I just, run into the store to pick up some stuff. And the little girl says, "Hey." And I was like, "Hi, baby." "Hi. You got poo on your shirt." And I said, "Oh, yeah," because I forgot.
You forgot.
I forgot totally. And it's not just the grocery store incidents, but I started paying attention to how I could be anywhere just doing my own thing. I've had infants. I was in a line at someplace, like TJ Maxx or someplace. And again, oblivious, doing my own thing. This infant was like breaking their neck to see me.
Really?
So I started paying attention to that, and I started, really honing in on it and recognizing that gift,
right?
With children. I can go anywhere, and I don't have a problem with them coming to me.
Really?
At all. It's I don't know.
It's just a thing. You guys have this
right. It's just
connection.
Exactly.